Hey, how's it going, bros? Today I'm going to check out this flight simulator. This is X-Plane 11, and today I'm going to take off from London International Airport and fly straight to London City Airport, which is one of the most difficult airports in the world to land due to its very steep approach, glide slope approach. So this is a Boeing 737, and take a look how beautiful is this flight simulator. Notice the small details, for example the heat coming out from the engines, and this is so nice. I'm really excited for this flight because it's going to be a very tough flight due to its really difficult approach. So let's see what happens. Let's get into the cockpit and see what happens. Let's set our plan. Let's make a flight plan. We are going to take off from the EGLL airport, the code for the London International Airport, and our destination is going to be EGLC airport, the code for the London City Airport. Our flight level is going to be 5,000 feet, which is too much because we are really close to the airport. So our flight altitude is going to be actually 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. So this is the rate in which you change the altitude. It's something really annoying in this flight simulator. It should be faster. Heading not used for now, and speed's going to start at 210 knots. We have a total of fuel quantity is a total of 20.9, which is a light. The airplane is light, not too heavy. Alright, then we have our cruise altitude of 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. And then we have our path already set in this screen here. The airplane is going to follow this path here, right straight to the destination airport in London City. So now let's start our flight. To do that, I will release the parking brake. Release the parking brake there, and then let's start our flight. Add power to the throttle. I tried to communicate it with the air traffic controller, but I'll tell you later what happened. So V1 is going to be our 140 knots, going to be our V1 rotate, our V1 speed. So right now 140 knots, so V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. So let me turn on the autopilot. To do that, I will turn on the flight director and then turn on the autopilot. Turn on the LNAV, turn on auto throttle and speed and altitude. Altitude hold. And vertical speed as well. And then I forgot the flaps. I took off without flaps, but no problem. No problem. So right now we are 17 nautical miles away from our destination. We're going to land in the runway. Let me see where I am. We're going to land in this runway here, runway 909, ILS cat 21, 111.15. So let me tune to nav 1. 100. So here we have 100.11.15. Nav 1's tuned. We're flying 84 degrees, so let me switch it is in the heading for heading 80, heading 75, and then turn off the LNAV and turn on the heading switch. What I'm doing now is turning a little bit to the left in order to line up with the runway. So I will turn a little bit to the left, and then I will be able to line up with the runway right there. Maybe 70 degrees in order to line up with the runway. So we have this crazy weather, very stormy weather, heavy rain, and then once we line with the runway, we turn off the heading switch and turn on the localizer as soon as we have the localizer signal. And as I told you before, we have a very steep glide slope, approach, so it's going to be very difficult landing. And we have this steep glide slope approach due to the high buildings close to the runways. That's why this is a very difficult runway, very difficult airport to land. Now we're almost lining with the runway. So now one thing that I want to do is to tell you guys why I didn't communicate with the air traffic controller. It is because in this flight simulator it takes a lot of technical knowledge to communicate with the air traffic controller. And in this way I wasn't able to communicate with him. But if you will, you can just pretend. Let me now turn to the right, 84 degrees, 85 degrees, and see what happens. Okay, 90 degrees. Let me reduce the speed, reducing speed for 150 knots. You can pretend the first officer is communicating with the air traffic controller. As for me, the pilot flying, I'm just flying the airplane. Now let me see whether I'm really lining with the runway. Yes, I'm really lining. Let me add flaps now. Flaps. And then I will turn off the heading and turn on the localizer. Okay, now I have glide slope signal and I have localizer signal as well, which is great. Now I am right now with the localizer signal and the glide slope signal. Once the glide slope signal goes down and line with the horizon, right there, I turn off the localizer signal. I turn off the localizer switch and turn on the approach switch in the autopilot. So this is going to be a very tough approach and landing. So let's see what happens. So this is London City Airport, one of the most difficult airports to land in the world. So very difficult airport. Very difficult airport to land. Even more harder with this weather. Heavy storm, heavy rain, thunders and lightnings. So now the Glideslope is going down. Now let me turn off the localizer, turn on the approach. Yes, the gear down, and then we started to descend. Okay, we are descending. We have the gear down and we have full flaps. Alright, everything under control. Everything alright. So we are in the Glideslope. We have the Glideslope. We have the localizer, and now reducing speed once more. 130 knots. Let's see what happens. So as you notice, we have this very steep Glideslope. It's really steep. It's crazy. I'm ready to miss the approach, so the airplane is really in the Glideslope. It's nice. It's really nice. The airplane is really in the Glideslope. I'm making an ILS instrument landing system. So let's see what happens.
300. 200.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverse screen. It was a tough landing. Really tough landing. Brakes. Wow, that was tough. Now let us that was nice though. Really tough landing. Let us take a look on the replay. The replay right there. Let's see how it was. Wow, really tough landing. We have full flaps. Really tough landing, no smooth. Wasn't smooth. Wasn't a smooth landing. Wow. this landing wasn't smooth at all. But that's okay, no problem. That's it guys, thanks for watching.